Hello everyone, it is Friday night, the 26th of January. My name is Linda Doggy, if you haven't met me before, and welcome to my craft room. Welcome to Friday night. Every Friday night and every Sunday night, I'm here live to just craft, chat, have some fun. This is our little place to escape from all the other things going on in the world. So if you're with us tonight and this is your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, still welcome. And it's good to see we've got a regular crowd here, I can see. So let me go back. I did have a very quick glance through the comments before I started. Cherie, you said 25 minutes to go and we're cooking. Do you mean cooking as in literally cooking? Are you cooking? Or do you mean we're going? Is that what you mean? I just need clarification on that. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Margaret. Nice to see you, ladies. Hi, Shirley. Thank you for the thumbs up. Very much appreciated. Every time you guys engage on my channel, whether you write a comment, you hit the like button, you give me a thumbs up, you subscribe, all these things help me to get found by more people. And I'm very, very grateful. It's a great way to support my business without anyone ever having to, no money having to change hands. Okay, there's lots and lots of ways. Of course, if you do want money to change hands, that's fine. But that's not... most of the people that watch me on a regular basis are just here to have fun and enjoy. So nice to see you all. Margaret Griffith. So we've got both Margaret G's tonight. Hello, Donna. How are you? You just got home from the RSL. Well, this is the day for that, right? Oh, that's really nice. Nice day out. What else? Leslie, hello. Hello. Hope you managed the heat today okay. Oh, Pavlova to celebrate. Woo, how nice, Donna. That's lovely. Hi there, Deb. How are you? I'm just looking through. You can hear Cookie making a bit of noise up there, and he's having a fight with his seed tray. I don't know why, because it's full. So he's taking exception to something. I'm not sure what. Let's have a quick look. Oh, you're back home from Tasmania. It was how long were you down there for? It seemed like a long time. It probably wasn't. But I hope it was a good time that you had down there, and hopefully a little bit cooler than the mainland as well. Hello, Moira. Hi, Carol. Hello, Katrina. How are you? Oh, lights, camera, action. Yes, that's what I wondered if that's what you meant, Cherie. Yes, we are lights, camera, action. All right, now I'm not going to be able to say hello to everyone individually. So if I've missed your name, I am so sorry. But if I say hello to everyone, we'll be here for a very long time. So, oh, Wendy, it's nice to have you here watching a live. That's lovely. Yes, so it means you have the opportunity tonight, right? Yeah, everyone is good. It got to 42 here in that little corner of the Central Coast today. So that was interesting. But actually, we're very lucky. We have high ceilings, so it actually is... this house stays reasonably cool, and we do have good air conditioning, so we're very, very fortunate. Winter, not so great. Winter, the high ceilings mean the house gets really cold and it's really difficult to heat, so that's more of a problem for us. I find the cold weather very difficult to manage. All right, a month, Rose. That's a long time. But I'm glad that you had such a good time. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to switch over to the desk and let's see what we have. Here we go. All right. So we are, of course, this is still the first month. I feel like we've had the mini catalogue for quite a while, but actually it's only been around since the 4th of January. So it's actually not been very long, not even a month. And I'm gradually playing with all the different suites and sets and things that I have. I do have quite a few things out of here. And I'm now trying to be a good girl and not make any more purchases if I can help it, but I can see I might have to make one next month, so we'll see. This is the celebration catalogue, so yes, it's celebration right now. If you don't know what celebration is, this is a special promotion that we have every January and February, and in Australia the amounts are different depending on where you are, but in Australia a qualifying order is $90. If you place a $90 order, you can pick something out of this catalogue for free, and there's some really cool things. Okay, so tonight I thought, let me switch over and brighten this up a little bit. That's better. That's better. A bit more light. on the subject. Okay, so tonight I thought I would play with one of my favorite sets out of here. One I was immediately drawn to. It's on page 64, and I know some of you like it as well. I have made cards with this before, but we'll just do something a little bit different. The last time I did a card with this, we did the yellow roses. Does anyone remember? We did yellow roses, and then coloured them in with just water painters and our ink, so like a watercolour look. Do you remember? That was a few weeks ago. It was a Sunday night video a couple of weeks ago. Tonight I'm going to do something different with them, so we'll do different things. I actually quite like some. I like to emboss these kind of images, but this one, to be honest, there's got so much detail. When you emboss, you would lose some of that because some of the, like all the detail in the shading and so forth, is just going to come out as even embossing. So I actually think this one, maybe the words are great to emboss and probably the leaves, but maybe the roses not so much. But I haven't put that to the test yet, so we must do that at some point. But tonight I thought we'd play with it. Now, this is a bundle, which means you can just buy the stamps, or you can buy the stamps and the dies, okay? Or you can just buy the dies. But if you want the stamps and the dies, it's a bundle. And when you buy them together, they take 10% off. So it would be $105 if you're going to buy the stamps and the dies separately. But if you buy them together, it's only $94.50. Now, $94.50 means you're over that $90 threshold, and then you can get something free out of here. And if you love the roses, there's a very good chance that you might like the matching paper. So this paper here is the softly stippled 12 by 12 paper, and it's a perfect match to this. Okay, so it's got like roses on some of them and some really pretty different papers. Actually, I've got them here, so let me pull them out really quickly. Oh, I need to tell you, I can't be late tonight for two reasons. One, I've got to pick my son up from work, but at 9 o'clock, immediately after this video, or very soon after, there's another video, a pre-recorded video set to go live, which is the Global Video Hop. So I'm in the Global Stampin' Video Hop. We go live, sorry, not live. We have a pre-recorded video hop that we do once a month, and that's tonight. I don't set the time. So it's a Friday night, 9 p.m. So my stuff is all done. And then if you wanted to go and watch that, you can. And our theme this month for that hop is love. So you can go off and you can look at my video, and then there's a whole bunch of other videos as well in the hop that you can watch with the same theme. Okay, so here's the paper that is the match for the Stippled Rose set. It doesn't just have roses. It's got some different, this is Pool Party and white flowers. And on the back we have wild wheat in kind of like a Hessian design. I think in America they would call that, burlap, do you think? I'm not really sure. Oh, you use this one for your sister's birthday card. It's nice. It's nice for a birthday card, but it's also nice for like a wedding card or an anniversary card. It's quite classy, right? This one's got, this is like a canvas kind of a, it almost looks like upholstery to me. This, I can imagine a lounge made out of that, can't you? Hey there, Jamie. Nice to see you. And on the back, we've got wild wheat again, but this is like wild wheat leaves. And this paper, I have to tell you, wild wheat has been a controversial color because a lot of people don't like it. Okay, you either love it or you hate it. But this paper makes wild wheat look really good, okay, because it's got the light and the dark, different tones of wild wheat. So I think it certainly makes it look better for anyone who isn't real keen on it. This is the one I'm going to use tonight. This has got like just millions of roses on it, not millions, but you know what I mean. And on the back we've got like a canvas again, okay, and that's, once again, looks a bit like upholstery, but really nice. And then we have that's Calypso Coral, this color, okay. And now on this one we have Calypso Coral, wild wheat and Pebbled Path all in there together. That's kind of an interesting combo, don't you think? And on the back we have grey granite, which is really nice. Like a I don't know, it looks like a acrylic or even oils, like a painted canvas that's been really roughly painted, really pretty. Or maybe some gouache, maybe. And then we have that same one I looked at before. This one I really like. I've made a couple of cards with this one. I think it's really stunning. So these are Pebbled Path roses, Pebbled Path being this color, which is one of our in colors. So you can see that's a perfect match because that's the same color. And on the back of that, we've got the Calypso Coral in a painted canvas kind of thing. And I think the only one I haven't shown you is this one. This one, oh, upside down. This one is like Lost Lagoon, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat again. All right, they're the colours, all right, that are part of this. So on that one, we have Wild Wheat, like in a painted design. So there you go. It is really nice paper. I've been using it quite a bit, and the pieces that I really like, I have actually cut ahead of time just to save a little bit of time tonight, and I've cut them from the dies that I'm having a bit of a love affair with at the moment. These dies are called the Everyday Details dies. Okay, now there are 2 pages of dies. A few weeks ago I had trouble finding these, you might remember, and that's because I was looking for them in a big pack. And the reason I was looking for them in a big pack is they're a bigger set, and the reason why I'm surprised they put them in a small pack, but then they made 2 pages. Okay, so this is how they look. Really nice. And I've used a couple of these tonight. So I've cut the largest one, and I've also cut the next one down just to show you. And then we're going to play around with that. I haven't even 100% decided. I've got an idea of what I want to do with this, but I haven't 100% decided. So we are going to start with a piece of basic white thick cardstock. So if anyone has nothing else to do tonight, I'm sure you all do, but if anyone would like to continue watching my video after this, once I finish, you can go and watch the Global Stampin' Video Hot video, which will be happening at 9 o'clock. So that's scheduled to go live then. All right, so this is my basic white cardstock in the thick, and I'm just going to grab a bone folder. Here we go. I'm using, for anyone who's wondering, I'm using the glass mat. The glass mat is still our joining special right now. For anyone who's thinking about joining as a demonstrator, this is one, and these come with it. So it's the glass mat, which is fabulous, a fabulous surface, the silicone mat, and also the cleaning cloth. So that's what the joining special is, and you get that for free when you purchase the kit for $169, but you get $235 worth of product as well. And then you get discounts on all your orders after that. So it's a super, super good deal. All right. So my question now is, I think we're going to do this landscape. What do you guys think? If we're going to be using this stamp, I think maybe landscape might be better. We could, I don't know. We could go either way. And I've actually already cut some of these everyday details like I mentioned a moment ago. So this is the largest one. This gets cut out. And then what I did was I cut 2 of these. So this one is the same size. Okay, and then I cut a smaller one out of the middle, which made a frame. Okay, I really like a frame on a card, so I'm deciding whether I want to do a frame. I think I do. I think I want to do a frame. So let's just make a decision right now. A frame sounds good. And then I'm actually thinking we might do a little bit of a design on the background as well. But anyway, so I've got this here, and that's going to end up on my card. And then I've also got a piece of just basic white here, and I am actually going to pull out my big rose, and we're going to stamp this. Now this needs to go on a larger block. This is big enough that you need block E for this. So let me just grab block E. I try and have a couple of each size of blocks, which works well for me, but sometimes I feel like there are some blocks. I think I've got 4 block Ds because D is the size I use the most, but I have 2 of these E's because I do use those from time to time. All right, and I am going to use Pebble Path is what I'm going to use for my stamping. And you might remember last time we did this, I ended up doing a 2nd generation stamp, which means I stamped it off. So I stamped it the first time, and I decided that was too dark, and I'm maybe going to decide that again. Right, it is pretty dark. See how dark that is? It almost looks, it's not black, but almost, yeah, not as stark as black. So I'm actually stamping this off. All right, so I'm doing a 2nd stamping. Well, that might be too light. I mean, I can probably make it work, but to be honest, I'd like to go between the 2. This one's too dark, this one's too light. So like Mama Bear, we need it to be just right. So I'm going to do it again. And this time what I'm going to do, when I stamp it, I'm only going to stamp it quickly, which means not all the ink is going to transfer. So stamp. And this time we should get a better second generation. This time I'm holding it in place to make sure the ink transfers as much as we can. That's better. Okay, see how that one is better than this one? This one is a bit too light. This one's good. All right, so that's the one I want. So that's a good tip. If ever you're stamping and your stamping is too dark, you can control how much of the ink gets transferred by how long you keep it in place. The longer you keep it in place, the more ink transfers over, which makes sense, right? All right, so I could cut this first, but I think I might color it first. And I'm going to go with, because I'm using Calypso Coral for my frame, I was thinking a gold frame would be nice too. Maybe I should have gone with gold, but I wanted to use the paper. Mind you, you can't actually see the roses because of the thin frame. If I change my mind, I could put, like I could put this in here and we could have the roses going over the edge of that perhaps, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll make up my mind in a moment. Oh yeah, pecan pie would have been good too. But I really like Pebble Path. It's one of my favorite neutrals right now. So I'm going to start with my, this is a Calypso Coral marker, and I'm going to start in the darker areas on the larger rose here. So I'm kind of just following that shading, but I'm going to mostly color this rose. To be honest, I'm going to color most of it in the lighter color. I don't want to use a lot of the dark because some of the shading from the stamping is going to come through anyway. So you don't need to do all of it. So I'm just adding a little bit of the shading. I love it too. It's such a nice color. And yeah, pecan would look really good with this, wouldn't it? But that was a good suggestion. All right, I'm just going to keep this going around. So when you're doing, we don't, because of the way this is stamped and like this, the petals are all in different sections, we're not as intent on making sure that it blends really, really well because they're all separate sections. So you don't really need it to blend. And like I said, we're relying on the stamping part for the shading. So I'm going to, the only thing you do need to be careful of is you need sometimes to decide which petals are which petals are petals and which ones are actually leaves, not petals. So sometimes it can be hard to know which is which. So you've got to kind of look at each one and make a decision. So I'm using my blends. Can I just tell you that when you use blends, it is very tempting, and I find this a lot when I have a class. If I do classes, I have to tell people to go really, really lightly. I am barely touching the paper. All right, I'm really, really just skimming over, barely touching it. Very, very light. Because it's very easy to destroy your blends by pushing too hard. And I find a lot of my class people, especially if they're new to using markers, don't realize that. So I do go through a lot of markers. This is another petal here, not a leaf. I do go through a lot of markers for that reason. Yeah, you just have to be a little bit careful with this. All right, so that's not looking too bad. Now, if I wanted to, I could come in with my thin end and I can add a little bit more color if I want to. So, you know, like in any bits that you feel like you need a little bit more color, then you can certainly do that. All right, happy with that. Now, I'm actually thinking I might do a couple of these roses in yellow. Should I do the two big ones both in the same color? What do you think? Should we do them? Actually, let me just start again with this. I'm going to use the thin end again, and I'm not going to add as much. I'm going to add a little bit more in the middle of this one though. I'm not going to add as much with this rose because it's smaller. No one answered, and probably just as well because I'm already colouring the second one. Already taken off with the Calypso Coral again. All right. So who did craft along with me yesterday? Did anyone, I'd love to hear who out there actually made the card while I was live and who maybe came back and made it later. Has anyone had an attempt? I had a couple of girls in my group let me know that they made the card, which made me very happy. But I'd love to know if anyone who's watching tonight made it. And before we finish tonight, I'd like to show you those cards again. All right, happy with that. That's looking good. I answered my own question. I know you didn't. I didn't need you guys, did I? Oh, you did? Good, Solvega. That's great. All right, I am going to go with, I think, let me just grab out. I seem to have a lot of Mango Melody, which isn't even one of our colours anymore. Mango Melody is gone, but I seem to have a lot of those. I've got to go through my markers and rejig them because I really have a lot of colours in here that are no longer current. And that's not what you want, right? Right, so what have we got? Oh, another Mango Melody. There we go. We don't want that one. I had a whole bunch of them because I used them for a class. That's a dark daffodil. And this is a light daffodil. That's good. That's what I want. There's another dark daffodil. Ooh, and there's a lemon lolly. No, I think lemon lolly will be too light. So I'm going to go with the daffodil. And this one has seen better days. Now, this is what I was talking about before. When customers press too hard, this is what I end up with. And so it doesn't work very well anymore. So it's all right for a big area, but for a small area, I'm more likely to use the thin end because the fat one has really seen better days. And that does happen. It happens. You just got to be really careful. You can push harder, of course, with the thin end, but with the paintbrush end, you need to go really, really light if you want to prolong the life of your blends. And we do, right? We do want to prolong the life of our blends. Happy with that. I'm going to use the thin end again. I feel like I should play some music or something while I'm doing this. On Christmas, I could have played Christmas music, couldn't I? What would I be playing now? In January, jazz, maybe. Oh, I went over the bit of the leaf, but that's okay. All right, it's looking good. You're at the hairdresser. That's okay. It's all right. You're allowed to go to the hairdresser. I'm just adding some darker color to some of these shaded bits. And then we go over the whole thing with the light. And the light does blend a little bit together with the dark, but like I said, these petals are all separate, so it doesn't really matter if they don't blend perfectly. If I was doing a bigger area, I'd be much more concerned about it. And I'd also probably make sure I had blends in the right colors that were new and not damaged. All right, it's looking nice. One more to go. Hello, Narelle. Nice to see you there. Don't ever apologize for being late. There's a couple of reasons. One, I am notoriously late myself. But the other reason is because you can always go back and watch the replay, and people have lives. I know that you guys have got other things to do, and so it's okay. All right. That's gonna, this little tiny bud here, just add a bit in with that one. Is that all of them? I think that is. That's all of them. So there are 5 buds and 2 main roses. And then I'm going to come in. I've got some Lost Lagoon blends and I have some Pretty Peacock blends. Now, can I just tell you that these 2 colors go so well together? To me, Pretty Peacock is on its way to being blue, but I'm going to use the lighter one and add, actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the Lost Lagoon and I'm going to come back in and add some detail with the darker one. So this is the dark Lost Lagoon and this is the light Lost Lagoon. Sometimes, see how similar they look? One is hardly at all, just a tiny, tiny bit darker than the other. So that's why you do sometimes need to read them. So it definitely says, one says dark on the side and one says lost. Sorry, one says light. So yeah, I think I'll start with my light one, and I'm going to use my thin end. I'm going to start down here. I'm just going to add a little bit of the dark shading in the middle here. I'm following the shading on the stamps, but I'm not being particularly careful, or I'm not particularly concerned. Also, you might want to add a bit of dark color around where the rose is, where there would be some shadow. I'm just going to pop this on here. I had another play this week with this weekend with making cards with my Memories and More kit that I showed you guys last weekend, and I'll show you another card I made. It's just such a fun, quick. If you need quick and easy cards, oh my goodness, it's like, to be honest, to me, Memories and More kits kind of bridge the gap between kits that are already done for you. All you got to do is kind of put them together, and then there's also these little Memories and More things that are designed to work with scrapbooking pages, but you can also make cards with them. And last weekend we made that butterfly one with the stripes. Some of you will remember. And today I made this one. Okay, and all it is, this is some of the 6x4 cards that I've cut down to size. This is one of the 3x4 cards that I cut down to size. This is inches. And then I actually used my die and cut a circle out of one of the cards that's the same size. And how easy is that? Super, super quick, and it looks like I went to lots of trouble. So, yeah, I thoroughly recommend those. All right. So I'm going to keep going around here, and I'm going to go back and add some more detail with my darker color. And you can do your blends quite quickly. The thing about blends too, being alcohol markers, is that you would need to, they always go through the paper. So see how they go through here. Don't ever worry about that. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just the way they are. All right, I'm just going to come back and add a tiny bit of detail with my light pretty peacock. And they're kind of blending together. We're getting close to having this done, actually. The darker one, the lighter one, I'm sorry. I go quiet, don't I, when I'm colouring? Sorry, guys. I don't know if it's therapeutic to watch someone colour, but it's certainly therapeutic to colour. And I thought over the next few weeks in my technique videos that I do on Tuesday, I do a Tuesday technique video, Technique Tuesday at 2 o'clock on every Tuesday. And I thought that I would maybe do a couple of colouring techniques over the next few weeks. So you can look out for those. I mean, there are so many, right? Now, can you see these look dark when I first put them on, but look down here, they've kind of blended in now. They've kind of just give them a few seconds and they start to blend. That's the power of alcohol markers. Oh, hi, Dolores from Tennessee. How you doing? It's lovely to have people here from everywhere. Makes me very happy. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, let me just use my fine end here. And we're nearly there. Almost done. Now, the next thing, of course, is we're going to have to cut it out. And you could cut it out by hand if you don't have the dies. But if you have the dies, you're kind of silly not to cut it out. I just realized I missed a bit over here. All right, so that's how they're looking. Now, the difference is if you were to use, to be honest, even though I love blends and I love coloring with them, I love the effect of watercoloring where you get a little bit of more white showing through. I mean, I could have left some pieces of white, I guess, when I was coloring here with my blends. But to me, the blends look flatter, whereas I find that watercolor looks a little bit more lively, if that makes sense. Oh, hey, Monique, nice to see you there. Hello. Oh, that's cool. I've never heard that before, Donna. That's interesting about that lady on YouTube. There was a dog that barked in our background. Was there? Ah, I didn't hear it. I must have tuned that out. Suvu, don't ever apologize for being late. Never, ever. It's all fine. All right, so this is how this is looking. All right. Now, you notice something else has happened. We did do the lighter stamping, okay? And I think you notice that the stamping itself has kind of disappeared a little bit. Okay, you can barely see it because it's the coloring that stands out now. All right, so I have the dies, and this big one here is the one that we're going to be using for this. Now, all these dies, to my knowledge, and I'm looking at this big one, even this big one, should go through the mini cut and emboss machine. Now, if you ever wonder if it will go through the mini machine, if you only have a mini machine, when you look at it, page 64, okay, if it fits through the mini, it has this little symbol. I'll just bring it up so you can see it. Okay, it's got that little mini symbol to tell you that what that means is that all the dies in the set fit in the mini machine. All right, so it's a handy thing to know. Let me just move that out of the way. Right, and I'm going to cut this. I'm not going to bring my cut and emboss machine in. I'm just going to do it next to the table here. And I'll be very quick. And we'll put that through, and it's going to look really nice when it's cut out. Just lining it up. Run it through, and it's a lot easier than cutting it by hand, let me tell you. And this is what we have. So we love a die. It makes life so much easier, right? I have a lovely, lovely customer who I've had a few that have resisted die cuts and die cutting, going down that die cutting rabbit hole for a long, long, long time, and then they finally gave in and went, okay, now I need to have all the dies. Why did I wait so long? So I've had that happen to a couple of my customers. All right, so we have the basic white card base that I folded before. Here it is. I knew it was here somewhere. And this is, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking maybe the a gold frame would have been really good, wouldn't it? I mean, if I didn't want to do, I love a frame. I just think a frame is really nice. Other alternatives, okay, that you could do is you could cut this and make it a window card. In fact, let's do that. Let's cut this and make it a window card. All right. So I'm going to grab my Everyday Details dies again, and I've got this frame. Okay. What I want to do, I can have a bigger window, but I don't want my window to be too big. I want my window to fit inside the frame. So what I need is the size down from this frame size. So this is the one that I used to cut this piece here. Okay, so that cut line is the middle line. Now what I want is the next one down, the one that fits inside that, because that is actually going to be the one that fits in here, and that's the size we want for our window. Okay, so I'm going to run this through my machine. I'm going to go that way, aren't I? Yep. So it's going to go this way. It's going to be landscape. I could do portrait, I guess, but I've just made a quick decision. It's going to be landscape. And I'm running this through. One thing to bear in mind when you're cutting a window in the front of your card, and this will sound like a really silly thing to say, and you're going to go, well, duh, of course, please make sure you open out your card before you run it through like this. Okay, you have to open it out. Okay, and if you don't, you're going to go through the front and the back. Okay, but now I have a window card, and that's really cute. I can keep that for something else. And this piece here now is the next size up, so it's going to fit around that. Are we happy with this color, or do we want to change to gold? I think this, you know what, we've got, this is what we've got, so that's what I'm going to do this time. But I think a gold one would have been nice. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow. And I'm just actually, I'm going to put my Tombow straight onto my main card. And I only want the teensiest bit. So I'm going to tap it until it's ready to come out. It doesn't want to come out. You know what? I'm going to grab another Tombow. Sometimes you just need to try a different one. That's better. This one's got a bit more in it. Come on. Look, and of course now there's too much, but that's okay. From one extreme to the other, and I'm just putting a tiny bit around here, and I find that that's going to be better to stick our frame on and a bit more stable than trying to stick it to, well, you could use glue dots too, that would be another way, but I just think that this is actually easier if your Tombow is running out, though maybe not so easy. Right, so I'll line that up. I'm going to put that right there like so. All right, so now we have a frame and a window. We've got both because, you know, got to have it all. All right, so I'm happy with that. That's looking good. Now, I would like this to go over the corner. But before I do that, I'm just going to add something else. I haven't used this die yet. This is from this one. And I'm thinking this might be really nice running along the bottom here. So let's see. It goes very nicely from one side to the other. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for making that big enough for our cardstock size. And it's going to pop out just at the bottom here. So let me run that through. Once again, I need to open out my card or I'm in trouble. I'm just going to run across that piece at the bottom. Just because I want to use it, really. Not for any other reason. So now I've got this kind of fun, look, it's a fun little zigzag thing. Look, see that? Isn't that cute? Now, there are some pieces that didn't fall out all the way, so I'm just going to use my die brush tool to get all the rest of them out. And if there's any stubborn ones, you can always push them out with the pokey end. There we go, get it all out. All right, so now I would like this to go like so. And because I know where I want it to go, all right, I'm going to have a dimensional behind here, but I'm not going to have any behind here, okay? So I want them just down the bottom and at the sides. So let me grab my dimensionals. Oh, maybe that's who it was, Cherie. It was Elisa. All right, so those two are going to go up there. And I'm going to have one behind here. Let me have a little look. All right, liking that. That's coming together. All right, I do think some Wink of Stella on the roses would be really nice. What do you think? mean, this is actually a pretty simple little card. I mean, its colouring took a bit of time, but apart from that, it's a very simple card. The other thing is if ever you're colouring or going over your colouring with not so much with blends, but with watercolours, if you go over your colouring with Wink of Stella, that can help spread your ink a little bit, not though with the alcohol markers. All right, can you see that that's a little bit shiny? Bit glittery. All right, happy with that. I know it's a nice border, isn't it? I haven't used it until just now. So there we go. Right, so we do need to have a greeting of some kind. So let's see, what have we got in our Stippled Rose set, which I've hidden under here. We've got this congratulations, which is really nice, and we've got a best birthday wishes. Now, if I did the best birthday wishes, I could probably put it immediately above the frame, like actually stamp it on the white directly on. If I'm going to use the congratulations, it's a little bit bigger, and I think I want it on a banner that goes a little bit over here. So we could go either way. If we're using sending thanks, we could actually probably even put that in the corner. But I kind of feel like something over here will add some balance to the card. So what do you guys think? There you go. Yes, if that happens, Donna, reach out. Speak to your demonstrator or contact Stampin' Up and see if they can fix it up for you. So can't hurt. I mean, you know, worse off, right? They say no, then there's nothing, nothing that really, worse off. So you might as well. They're usually pretty good about, fixing anything that's not right. And I've heard that quite a bit from a lot of people. And I know my own experience, they're really good. This week I had somebody had something happen. What was it? I'm just trying to think. Something I know. Oh, I know. One of my customers received 11 sheets instead of 12 in her pack of DSP. And she reached out to me because when she got it, she counted them and there was one missing. So I rang Stampin' Up and they immediately replaced it. So, yeah, it's never... I'm not a big fan of greetings on an angle, Jody. Maybe I'm a little bit OCD, but I just don't like it if it's not straight. I love straight. I really, really struggle with greetings on an angle. That's just the little personal thing I have. Maybe I should just close my eyes and do it, but I personally don't like it. So I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we've got a bit of room here. Got enough room? Maybe not. I've got more pieces of paper, so it won't be the end of the world. I can always grab another one. Let me see. I can always grab another piece, but I'm thinking maybe will we go congratulations? It's a really nice congratulations. So I think I'll go that one. Oh, some other people have said which ones they wanted me to use. It absolutely needs bling, definitely. You don't even need to say it. Absolutely. And I'm thinking I'll go with these tonight because these Calypso Coral ones are really, really nice. These are the pastel gems that have been around for a while now. I really like them. Okay. So let's have a quick look. Sending thanks. I think, Leslie, you were the first person to say, and you said sending thanks. So sending thanks. I guess that's the one we're going to use. So let's stamp that. There is plenty of room to do a sending thanks on here, but I'm wondering, have I got... I might even in my scrap bucket have one already cut. And that's always good, right? Let me have a quick look and see what I've got. I've actually got to go through my scrap bucket and get rid of some of the ones that have retired, the retired shapes. And I'm not going to make you all, have a vellum circle tonight. Now this one would work. This is the smallest of the Countryside Corner stars, so that would work. And that fits either the congratulations or the thanks. So let's give it a try and see how we go. And I think, what color will we go with? No, you know what? Just go with Calypso Coral because it's going to be a little bit darker than what we've got here. The ink is always a little bit darker than the paper. All right, so let's try that. And let me see if I can get it straight on here. This will be the interesting thing. I think I need to stand up. I went off the bottom a tiny bit, but I think that's actually okay. Now I can have it going across here and actually have it going like across the window, or I could have it over the corner, pop it up on dimensionals. I could even have it down here, but I feel like it needs a bit of balance. I feel like it needs something over this end. I'm kind of liking it over a little bit of the leaves there, or even maybe just over that corner. These dots are beautiful, aren't they? What do you guys think? You go for the I know, I love the font of the congratulations too. Huh. So what happened, Leslie? Oh, they just replaced your cut and emboss machine. Wow. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Across the window, says Jody. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe you're right. What about inside the corner and in the so you can see it in the window? Well, there's that possibility. We could stamp inside there, or I can have it here on something. But yeah, I could stamp it through the window. What do you think? That's a cool idea. That is from these fantastic Everyday Details dies, Linda. It's these. All right, so I'm using these, and I cut it first with this one, and then I cut the inside of the frame with the second one down. So I used both of those together to create the frame. These are fantastic. I love them. And then this little ziggy-zaggy border bit is what is across the bottom here. So there you go. Does that answer the question? Through. All right, let's do through, because that's a little bit different, isn't it? So, and then when you go inside, let's hope I can do it straight, because that would be bad if I mess it up. But there's enough room. So let's see how we go here. Oh, look at that. Actually, I really like that. I think that's great. I made a bit of a mess over here. I've got a blob of something. Who knows? All right, I'm going to use my good old... I should see if I can somehow get commission on these things. I don't know where you probably need to go to your craft store to buy these. These are adhesive erasers. Really, or adhesive removers. I got most of that off. Just a little mark on there. All right, we need some bling. Definitely. Yeah, they're really good, because they are very well aware that they're, it's their reputation on the line. If things don't work, or if they have a product that is substandard, then that's not good for business. So yeah, they're going to fix it. They're going to be good. All right, so where do I want to put my bling now? That is the question. I think maybe I'll go for a big one over here, and I might go for a couple of smaller ones further over. One here. Maybe just a little guy down the bottom here. Like that. I'm going to call that finished. I like it. It's different, isn't it? And we have our sending thanks inside. There we go. But what do you think? You just have to be careful when you write inside that you don't write where you can see it through the window. You'd have to keep your writing over on the side. But I like it. It's different. Yay, something cool. There we go. All right, I was going to do, it's 8:19. I have got time to do one more quick thing. So let's do something super quick. Let me move all these out of the way. There's a big box of blends. Look at that. That's not very good organization. I do have the blend storage, and all my regular blends are actually in the storage, but like those ones and those ones need to go back in the storage. But these are like all my spares. Look how many I have. That's terrible. Too many blends I have bought. Right, let me put these back where they go. Okay, let's do something cute. I have got something I haven't shown you before. This is the last one in my pack. These come in a pack of 10. They are the square pillow box dies, and you will find them in your mini catalogue. Really, really easy to put together. And you can leave them like they are. You can colour them. You can stamp on them. Just to bear it in mind, one side is more matte and one side is a bit more glossy, smooth. Okay, the smooth, glossy side is food safe, and that is meant to go on the inside. Okay, the outside, where it's a bit more matte, has these sticky bits on the outside. Okay, these sticky bits you pull off when you're ready to actually put your box together. So let's do that. And I want to show you where they are. They're at the front with the Be Mine suite. Super cute. See, here they are. And you can, this beautiful red ribbon that comes with it, it's in Sweet Sorbet is the red. Okay, it's like more of a soft red. Really, really nice. I thought it was Poppy Parade when I first saw it, but it's not. It's Sweet Sorbet. And then you've got your little pillow boxes down here. All right, but I thought instead of, will I do bees? Will I do bees? No. Instead of bees, I think we'll do something different. All right. I am going to use this set. This is the Cutest cows. Super, super cute. It's only $7.20. I could make 2 more cards, but no, because it goes live your time. The next video goes live at 8 o'clock your time, and I need to be well and truly done by then because I have to go pick up my son from work. So I'm going to have a little look here. You can see I've used this a couple of times. This is such a cute set. And I'm thinking maybe some cute little chickens would be cute on here. Also, when I was stamping, I did some with the bee theme, and I stamped little flowers from the bee set. Those are super cute. But I'm just wondering, because this is going to have a cow on it, maybe I'll do chickens. And let me get my, have a look here. Get my little chickie there on a block B. Maybe I'll do chickens and flowers. There are little flowers here, but they kind of need to be coloured in, whereas the ones in the B set don't need to be coloured in. They just get stamped. So they're these ones, these cute little flowers here. Okay, so maybe just in the interest of time, because if I do the others, I'll feel like I need to colour them. So I'm thinking I will just do some stamped little flowers, and then we'll still do a cow on the tag. So here's our little flower, and I'm thinking, what colour shall I do? I'm going to keep the cow with the Be Mine. I did red flowers, but I'm thinking maybe I will do yellow, just because to me yellow is such a happy colour, right? So we'll go Daffodil Delight because it's a nice bright yellow. The next video I have, Monique, is the Global Stampin' Video Hop, which goes live at the top of the hour. So in about 35 minutes from now. So I want to be finished before that one goes. It's not me live. It's it's a pre-recorded video. And our theme this month is love. So I don't know what all the other girls have done, but I'm sure some of them, they're all so clever, those other girls. And I just feel like I'm just going to do it on this piece and this piece. Cute little flowers, aren't they? So you could colour in the flower centres if you wanted to. But I'm just going to just do these bits, but oh, messed that one up, but oh well, there you go, I fixed it. All right, so you only have 2 blends at the moment. I have lots of blends because I've been running classes and things, so I'm not going to use the chicken. As cute as he is, look how cute the chickens are. There's a little chickie, and then there's a rooster, and then there's a tiny little chicken. Isn't that super cute? I think they're so cute. If you like little animals like this, this is going to be something that you will find a lot of fun. But I'm not doing a lot of stamping with my cow tonight. I thought I'm going to grab a piece of pecan pie, and we're going to make a brown cow because we can. I've got a piece of pecan pie left over here, and I'm just going to make the cow out of the punch. This is the cow builder punch, okay? It doesn't have, you can use it to actually cut out parts, and last time I used it, I stamped the cow's body and the cow's head. You can use this one or this one, okay? And then punch them out with the punch, okay? This time I'm just going to make the cow with the punch, right? So nice and simple. And what we're going to do, we're going to do this with the pecan pie. So here are all the pieces, and I'm going to get another piece of paper and do some coordinating pieces. So there's the body of the cow, there's the face of the cow, and then you've got these other funny little bits. This what looks a bit like a smile or a telephone, maybe, I don't know what it looks like. This is actually the horns. Okay, if you put these behind here, he'll look like he's wearing horns. All right, so there's no udder, so we're assuming, oh, this one has an udder. Look at that. You can't see an udder with this one, but you can here in the stamps. So this one does not have an udder. This one does. So there you go. Interesting. All right, so I'd like to have some coordinating pieces. And this one is for the snout. So I'm thinking a piece of maybe bubble bath would be good for that. And I've got some right here. And we'll give her a, is it a her? I don't know. I don't know. It can be whatever we want it to be. If it's a cow, we're assuming it's a girl, right? It would be a bull if it was a boy. I think we had this discussion last time I did this set. And Cherie, I remember you being very vocal about whether the gender of the cow, whether it was male or female. It's also going to have like a little bit of like hair. But you know those cute little Highland, are they called Highland cows or Highland calves or something like that? Does anyone know the ones, the really, really cute ones that have the really fluffy bits on their heads? That's what that kind of reminds me of. So I'm going to do this little bit here. This bit here with the petal pink. This is its snout. All right. And that's going to go here. All right, on the cow. And then I'm going to have, I'm thinking maybe a dark brown, maybe. Do you think? What do you guys think? Let's have, and that's this little bit here. And that's going to go on its head like that. Now the horns, what color should they be? If I'm going to put the cow on, I don't want to put it on a white, well, maybe I do. So what color horns? I mean, normally I would do white horns, but I don't want to do white horns if it's on a white background because it's not going to stand out. Maybe I don't do a white background. Maybe I do a, yep, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do, I'm coming up with a color scheme as I'm working. All right, so let's just use the same one we used before. And I'm going to do the horns in white. There we go. So I've got the little fluffy bit on his head. Then I've got the horns, and I've got the face. I've got the head, and I've got the body. So I've got all the pieces. All right. You'll notice. Let me just show you something. That whenever you see a set that says builder, it means that technically you can make whatever it is you're making. So the bee builder punch can make a bee without needing to use the stamp set. Okay. The cow builder punch, same thing. You can make a cow without needing to use the stamp set. If you have the stamp set, it's cute because it makes it possible to make so many more different things. But see, these ones, because they make something, have the word builder in their name. The heartfelt hexagon and the modern oval, they don't have the word builder in their name because you're not building anything. It's just a shape. All right. So if you're going to be building a creature or some sort of the submarine that's in here, this one, that's a builder punch, because you're building the submarine. You've got the propellers and you've got the what do you call that little thing? The periscope. All right. So, you know, if you ever see the word builder, it means you can make something and you don't necessarily need the matching stamps to do that. All right. Though, you could draw on this if you wanted to, but I have a face. All right. So I'm actually going to, let me have a little look here. I'm going to, there, you can even put horns on here. So I could actually stamp the horns on. I'm not going to worry about it because I think the horns look fine just as they are. Now the face, this one here, is this little stamp here is actually the nose and mouth. Okay, so let me just locate that on here, as I haven't actually used that one before, I don't think, or have I? Yes, that one. So I'm going to put that on the same block that I just had my flower on a moment ago. Or if I can't find it, then I shall put it on another small block. That's fine. We'll just use block B. And I'm thinking I will use early espresso ink. You could use black as well. You could also draw these things on with a marker if you are confident doing that. And I'm going to put the nose and mouth on with this little. Right, so it's going to go like that. And you can stick it on with a glue dot, with any glue you like. You could even use a dimensional. In fact, I might. Let's put a dimensional onto that so it looks like his nose is actually, I'm going to use a mini dimensional. So it looks like his nose is sort of sticking out from his face, which it would be, right? Like so. Right. Oh, I probably should have stamped his eyes first. Oh well. We'll work it out. You can also draw them on, like I said. But for those of you who don't feel confident drawing, that's what stamps are good for. It's good for confidence. Now let's see this one here. And I'm going to you want it pretty close to the nose. There we go. He's got a cute little face. I'll bring it up closer so you can see it. Here he is. He's looking pretty cute. All right, so I'm going to have this at the back, and I'll use, you can use any glue, but probably just a dimensional, sorry, a glue dot is good for that. And the easiest way to do it, you got your glue dot there on top, and then just put this behind here so you can see the horns sticking out. Like this. You see them coming together. Super cute. Now, also want this little tuft of hair. I can stick it straight down, or I once again can put it on a glue dot. In this case, I think, sorry, on a dimensional, but I'm actually just going to use a glue dot and stick it down. Oop, guess what? I left the glue dot behind. There's no glue on it. It's not going to stick if there's no glue. I do that too, Suzanne. I try and buy everything in one hit. I find that that's a good way to go. All right. So now we have our little cow, our little face. How cute is he? And the angle that you put his head onto his body can make him look like his personality is different. You can have it tilted this way. You can have it tilted this way. He looks more intelligent when you put it this way, back towards his body. Or you can just have it, I don't like it straight up. I like it one way or the other. So do we tilt him towards the right or do we tilt him towards the left? I don't think it really matters. Does anyone have any thoughts? You could put his head on a wobbler. That would be cute. What a great idea. Oh, you weren't sure about the horns, Subu. Haha. Yeah, it took me a moment as well. Left. Okay, Leslie, you got it. We'll go left. All right. So there we are. Now, if you had used the stamp, one of the nice things about the stamp is that you can also, it includes some spots that you could colour in. And I think that's what we did last time. I did have a nice idea about what I wanted. I thought, you know, the Meandering Meadows paper, having a cow on that paper would be super cute. And I thought if for anyone who has that, it's still available as an online exclusive. If you go into the online store, then you will see the Meandering Meadow DSP, and there's lots of like meadows with, you know, flowers and all sorts of things, and you could put your cow in that and he would be very happy. So that's a possibility for you. All right. Liking that. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my box together. Actually, I'm going to put him first. I think we'll use one of these because I had a look in the book, and on the page where the cow set is, what page is that again? I did know. Oh, here it is. 53. See, they've got him on one of those dotty circles. So the circle from the Everyday Details ones, which has got those little cutout circles around the edge. I think that's really, really cute. I like that. So I think we'll do that as well. I'm just deciding how big that should be. This size is probably, that's probably a good size. So it's the second largest one, not the very largest one, the second largest one. And what color shall we do? That is the question. If I do it light, I don't think it really matters, but I could have any color. I've got yellow on here. What color does anyone think? Yeah, don't worry, Jody, it's a common problem. We all emphasize. We all, what's the word? Not emphasize, sympathize. That's the word. Empathize. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's have a little look. I'm having a look to see if I've missed any comments. Blue, Solvega. What blue? The same as the nose. Oh, yeah, we could do that. We could do a pink one. That would be very, very cute. Definitely a girl cow. Definitely. But Solvega was first with blue, and I'm wondering which blue to use. I'm thinking maybe, and we want it to go with the yellow that's on our box. So I'm looking at my blue, all my blues. I've got maybe Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue would be nice. Going to my scrap drawer. So this would be the Balmy Blue. That's how that would look. That's quite cute. What do we think? Another option that would look really good would be like Granny Apple Green would look really good because it would be very bright. So that would be this. Totally different, aren't they? So, but Solvega was first and you said blue. Are you happy with this blue? Boho maybe was, but it's a bull. Blue for boys. All right. I'm just having a little look here. Okay. All right. Let's cut this out. I'm going to go, like I said, this is the second largest circle in these dies. I love these dies. I better take the paper. Cuts much better if you do. And then I'm going to have to finish up really, really quickly because I've got to go get my son, and you guys have got another video to watch if you would like to. Oh, and I wanted to quickly show you the craft along cards for anyone who missed them. All right, so this is going to go on here. So let me add a couple of dimensionals. This is something I do. I always put a dimensional over the join because that's going to help hold him together really well. So just remember that your dimensionals can also be used to hold things together, like the horns as well. All right, so let's pop that on there and pop him, yep, right there, like so. super cute. He's really cute. All right, how do we do the box? How do you do that? Very easy. Okay, first of all, you want to actually kind of manually go along with your fingers and fold along these lines. So it's all scored and ready to go, but it's going to come together a lot easier if you fold all the lines first. So sort of just go along with your fingers. And then this one, like so. And then that one the other way, like so. So we're just making them all go the same direction. And it's just going to make it come together much easier when we go to fold it. Now, the nice thing about the boxes is they've got these sticky bits on them. So that means that you don't need to come up with any glue or anything. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in together now that it's all folded like this. All right, and then this one at the top. One goes one over there and the other one goes over. It doesn't matter which one goes on top. All right. So what we want to do before we put it all together is take this sticky strip off, and we're going to push this so that that edge meets up with that score all the way along. And they're very sticky, so you don't have to worry about them coming undone. Same on the other side. Same again. Push it along so it makes contact with the sticky stuff all the way along there. And then your little box is together. How cool is that? And so this is easy to open. You can put, you know, chockies or, you know, whatever you like in there. It's actually a decent size too. It's a lot higher than some of our boxes have been. So if you had something that's a little bit thicker, it's going to fit. So anyway, so let's push that in, push the other one over the top, and there's your box. All right. And it's pretty sturdy. All right. So I was going to use, for this, I was going to use the sweet sorbet ribbon that I mentioned before that we were talking about. But after we just had a little look in the catalogue just now, it reminded me of this ribbon, which I think would look really, really cute with these colours. So these are the choices. Oh, actually, do I even have... Where is my sweet sorbet ribbon? Oh, it's on the table. I know where it is. So here's the sweet sorbet ribbon. And here's the black and white check. Which one do you think looks better? My tail fell off. Oh. Oh, is that this one here? Is that what you mean? Actually, it can be, you could use it up here, or it could be a tail, couldn't it? Let's put a tail on. Actually, you know what would look good? The tail done in the darker color. That would look really good. So let me... Let's do that. The darker color. I'm going to put a dimensional behind it, a mini dimensional. Let's pop that right there. Take the back off. And then he's got a different coloured tail, which looks rather good. Like so. All right, now I'm going to, one of the things in my videos, it always says that everything is available for purchase, except this. I'm going to use something that you cannot purchase. And I sell all my retired stock unless it is so fantastic I can't bear to part with it. I still have one of these. Look, it's got my old name on it. This is how long I've had it. So I'm going to put a hole up here near his head, just a small hole because it won't be much different to these. And I'm going to use, did anyone say black and white check? Yes, black and white, black and white. Everyone thinks black and white, same as me. Yep, I agree. I think the check is good. All right, so we're going to go around. And then I'm going to go around this way. Now you don't have to do this. The one I did the other day with the red ribbon, I just tied it around. I didn't go both directions, but today I am. I don't know why. Today I just feel like it. Right. I'll fix this up in a second, but right now I'm going to tie it, start to tie it. Like so. Then I'm going to get this, now that I've started to tie, and I'm going to pop this through the hole. This is just how I do it. I'm sure there's a million ways to do this. And then I'm going to tie my bow. You can tie a knot again if you want to, but I just want to hold it together. I do like the black and white check. It looks good, doesn't it? Thank you, Catalogue, for that good idea. And use my ribbon scissors to cut this off because that's all messy. And this one. There we go. We have a cute little box that you could put almost any gift in. It's got the world's cutest little cow. Isn't he gorgeous? I love him. He's great. So there you go. We have two cards. Well, I have one card and another little project tonight that even I didn't know. I did pull this out thinking I'd like to play with them, but I didn't actually know what I was going to do with it. So there you go. And we've used the cow builder punch, but we've only used the stamps for the nose and the eyes. Everything else is just with the punch. Do you like those? Aren't they cute? There you go. All right, you guys. Well, it's just about time for me to run away and pick up my boy. And as well as that, in only 12 minutes, 13 minutes, right here on the channel will be another video for you to watch if you would like to, which is the latest one with the Global Stampin' Video Hop. So if you're not all crafted out, you might decide to do that. Oh, it's a Highland cow. That's what it is. I thought that's what they were called, but I wasn't sure. Thank you. I think he looks really, really cute as well. All right, you guys. Well, oh, the Craft On cards. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Goodness me. All right, so these are the cards we made on yesterday. All right, so we made these ones, which are this fun little card design that it's called a pop-out swing card. Well, that's what I call them anyway. And it has this little hinged piece in the middle here, so it all holds together really nicely. And we made this together yesterday. You can go back and watch that video if you would like. You will watch it. Great. And then we also made, these are the alternative cards made with the same suite. So the star of the day was the Perennial Lavender suite. This is the Mother's Day card that we made. And even if you don't want to make a Mother's Day, of course, I showed how to change the shape of this die, which is a little bit of a trick. And of course, it doesn't have to be Mother's Day. It can be a birthday card. It can be any kind of card. This is the friendship card with the lavender pieces. I did two different panel cards, one with 5 panels and one with 6. And as well as that, we did this gorgeous pleated. This is the Pretty Pleats card that Susan Campfield did on her Crafternoon last month, and I've done my metric version. But also I do, with my tutorials that I have available for sale, I do both inches and metric, so that no matter where in the world you are, you can make the card with whatever cardstock you have. Oh, that's not good, Chris. I'm so sorry. You're now not. Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love the lavender cards too. So if you love these, you can, if you purchased with me last month, you'll be getting them in your email inbox. If not, and you would like to purchase them, they are available through my blog. I'll put the blog address up right now. Here it goes. There it is. Then lhiggins.blogspot.com. Okay. And this is something that I do every month. You can purchase the additional tutorials if you would like to. Okay. So that is something that is available to anybody, no matter where in the world you are. So $15 Australian, for anyone who's wondering, is around about $10 American. Okay, $10 US. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it from me tonight. Goodness, I've made a big mess of my desk. But thank you for reminding me to show these cards, Denise, because it's really, really great to know that you guys have received them so well, and I'm very, very grateful. So there's my cards tonight. All right, you guys, have a fantastic night, and I will see you again on Sunday. Bye-bye.